Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. As you can see, something just a little bit different today. I thought I'd take the opportunity for this video to play through one of my favourite games of all time. Now this is kind of because I've sort of had the urge to play this again for a while. You know, I've been wanting to play it again. You know, with the second Sonic film coming out, I mean, I still haven't seen the first one, but that and the sort of announcement of the Sonic collection that's coming out soon, like Sonic Origins collection, I just thought, you know, I'd really like to revisit this game, and also why not record it for the channel. Now, I never really ever intended to do Let's Plays on here. It was just kind of something I thought, nah, I don't think I'd ever do that. I had done them in the past for an older channel way back when. And I'd enjoy doing them. It's just, I didn't think it would be something I'd ever revisit here. I kind of always wanted to do other things, but sort of the point of this channel is kind of just sort of things that I guess take my interest or that I kind of find cool and want to share with other people. And this being one of my favourite games definitely fits into that description of something cool that I'd like to share with others. So yeah, here we go. We're already halfway through the first act and I've kind of just been rambling a lot. But this is Sonic 2. Now this was released in 1992, about a year or so after the first Sonic game. It was released for the Sega Mega Drive, or the Genesis if you are American. It was a huge success at the time. You know, I think everyone, you know, whether they are into video games or not, has heard of Sonic the Hedgehog as a mascot, one of the most endearing mascots of all time, regardless of what you think of the quality of the more modern games. And this one has always stood out as a bit of a favourite of mine. Now, it wasn't the first Sonic game I ever played. The first one I ever played was actually the very first Sonic the Hedgehog, but it's this one that I've got the most experience with, I guess you'd say. I remember... So, I'll just go into my journey with Sonic, I guess. First Sonic game I ever played was Sonic 1, and that would have been back when I lived in Turkey. I think I mentioned before, my dad worked away when I was younger. So, you know, sometimes the family, me and my mum would go with him. And, you know, I've lived in places like Algeria, Turkey, Belgium, Yugoslavia, Holland, a variety of places. And Turkey was there for about a year or two. So that I kind of remember that one the most. We had a family friend who had a Mega Drive, and they had Sonic 1. I wasn't very good at it as a kid. I think Sonic 1 is actually quite a hard game, regardless of whether or not you're a kid. It's definitely one of the tougher ones. And we got another extra life there, certainly compared to this one. So I don't remember ever getting very far on it. But when I came home to England, I made friends with someone nearby, and they had a Mega Drive, and I just remember staying around the house, and Sonic 2 was the game we would play a hell of a lot. You know, we'd spend evenings and days playing it, trying to complete it. I don't think we ever actually did complete it. We would get quite far on it, but it would be one we'd never actually fully complete. But, you know, in the years past, God knows how many years that is, I've completed it a vast number of times. And it is just one of my, I call it like one of my all-time comfort games. It's just something I can put on, you know, when I'm in any sort of mood or anything, and just really, really enjoy. So while I've been rambling, we've already completed the first act. It doesn't really take long to do at all. And we're on to Chemical Plant Zone, which is sort of one of those zones that I think kind of suffers from the Sonic... Sometimes second zones in Sonic games can be quite tricky at times. I personally don't find Chemical Plant to be too hard, but I know it's got a few awkward sections with platforming for people. But it's got an absolutely fantastic soundtrack with really, really it's really, really infectious, one that you will definitely remember. And it's got really, really cool level design. It sort of really allows you to go fast in this one. So I'm anticipating this playthrough will probably take about an hour or so. It's all going to be one part. There will also be a non-commentary version uploaded to the channel, just in case you want to enjoy the gameplay. What other notes can I really sort of say about it? Yeah, just going to take about now where there's going to be the non-commentary version up there if you want to chill. It's going to be a very nice chill kind of stream. Maybe I'll kind of talk about some of the zones along the way, which are my favourites, which ones stand out, kind of my memories of them, and just sort of have a lovely time, as it is. So, on the subject of having a lovely time, how is everyone watching this doing? I hope you're all well. I know for some of you, maybe this might be a little bit different to the content you're used to from the channel. I know a lot of people come here for the Enterprise build. I posted a bit of an update on that earlier today, the day of recording this. We are currently kind of in limbo with it, unfortunately. We're waiting on the next set of parts from Eagle Moss, which seem to have been held up and delayed. The reasons why I'm not 100% sure, I can only assume it's due to various lockdowns and shortages, as is the case with so many things right now. But as soon as we do have it, we will get the video uploaded and continue building it. It's been something I've been really enjoying. But I really hope everyone gets a chance to enjoy this, because I really love doing the retro stuff on here. I've got a huge passion for like video games in general, whether they are old or new, but I guess because of what I work in, I tend to stay away from talking about modern games too much. So I should probably talk about Sonic 2. So this particular zone, it's a bit of a problematic one for some people. There's a big moment of panic in it for a few people. It's got a few sort of areas that can be a bit of a pitfall for a few players, I guess. You can see there, Tails fell into one. We've got a bit coming up, which is sort of the panic section. This is the bit where the water rises, you're kind of stuck in it for a little while, the frame rate drops. Weirdly enough, Sonic 2 doesn't really have too much in the way of water sections. It does have it. The next zone, Aquatic Ruin, has water sections, but I tend to find they're nowhere near as bad, especially, compared to Sonic 1. And I don't really find it as bad as Hydro City in Sonic 3 either. There is another part coming up. These little platforms here you've kind of got to watch out for. You kind of got to watch your speed in this. I know it's sort of an odd thing to say during a Sonic the Hedgehog playthrough. But you see there, if you fall down there, you can potentially go all the way back down to the bottom. There is a little platform that will raise you back up. Now this is where you kind of got to be a bit careful, the boss. You can kind of kill him in one go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We hop back over there. Now it's very, very easy to not do that and just fall straight back down the bottom. I've done it plenty of times, but yeah, that was pretty successful. Only took us 2 minutes 45 to get there. Yeah, not really very long at all. So now we go on to Aquatica Ruin. We've got another extra life there. We're on 10 lives, wow. So just a few notes about this. We are playing it on an emulator, as you'd probably expect. I do have the original game and the hardware around here, but hooking that up to record is a bit of a faff, and I'm very much, try to emphasise faff-free as much as possible. I will be making a few save states along the way, just in case something goes wrong. So at the end of this zone, as we start Casino Nights, I'll make a save state there, and it'll be like every 3 zones or so. I don't really anticipate having to use them. I probably won't have to use them because I can generally get through the game pretty well, although I've jinxed myself now, haven't I? We're not bothering with bonus stages or getting all the Chaos Emeralds, mostly because this is a chill stream. Well, chill playthrough, and I am rubbish at the special stages in this one. I've also made the mistake, well, not made the mistake, but if I wanted to do the special stages, it's kind of a lot harder because I've got Tails accompanying me. For those of you who don't know, the special stages in this one are kind of, you run along a half pipe, sort of a quasi 3D type thing. and you've got to collect rings. You've got to collect so many before a checkpoint, and you get through the checkpoints, you get a Chaos Emerald. I'm generally not very good at it anyway, but if you've got Tails there, as you move Sonic, Tails moves on a bit of a delay, so it makes it just that little bit harder to actually get through it. If I do a playthrough of Sonic 3, of which I'll probably do Sonic 3 and Knuckles if I'm being honest with you, I will try and get through the Chaos Emeralds on that one, because I generally consider myself quite good at Blue Sphere. But again, probably going to eat those words. But yeah, the purpose here, just have a little bit of fun. So while we are thinking about that, like I've asked you all how you're doing, what else? Yeah, do you have any memories of this game? Did you grow up with Sonic yourself? Did you have a Mega Drive? What consoles did you grow up with, if you did grow up with any at all? You know, what were your favourites? What were your favourite games for them? Were you a Sega or Nintendo person, or were you maybe something else entirely? I mentioned before, I never grew up with a Mega Drive. I played one around a friend's place plenty of times, but I never had one myself. I was brought up with the Commodore Amiga. Then we moved on to the PlayStation. Knew that was going to happen. So now we're on to the boss already. Does not take long. So the best way to do this boss, just stay up here really. There is a quicker way. I think you can spin dash to just keep hitting him. But I tend to just play it safe. Hit him every little now and then. Just keep jumping. And he's gone. First 3 bosses in this are incredibly easy. It's not tough at all. But we have made it to the end of Act 2 of Aquatica Ruin. Really doesn't take long at all, does it? And now we've got Casino Night with the funky music. So we will make a save state there. Like I say, I'm not going to be using these unless something goes wrong, like, you know, the game or computer crashes. It's just so we have, you know, the ability to jump back to where we were. Oh, didn't want to do that. So this is one of the famed kind of casino levels, or pinball levels, that pop up in Sonic games. Kind of a bit of a staple of the franchise. The gimmick here is that you've got these slot machines you can pop into, as you just saw. And depending on what you get, you get different results. I don't know what happened to me ability to speak there. So in that case, I only got 2 rings because I didn't really get any good matches. If you get like 3 Sonics, 3 Tails, the bar or jackpot, you get a hell of a lot of rings. If you get the 3 Robotniks, you get all your rings drained from you. You can't die by doing it. It's just a little bit of irritant. It puts you in a bad position, really, going forward, which you don't want to be in. But yeah, it's kind of a staple of the Sonic franchise, isn't it, these sorts of levels now? It's amazing how many times they've managed to sort of take the same concept and reskinned it. And there should be an extra life in there. And if we can, I would like... Oh. The really cool thing about this game is I absolutely love the verticality on display. Sort of the different sort of paths you can take through a level. I do not want to fall in that because I will probably lose all my rings. No, 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 no. That's right, that's what we want. 1 more ring and we get another extra life. Then again, probably a bit of personal bias because this is my favourite one. And this is really where my sort of... Like I say, it wasn't my first experience with Sonic, but it is really where my love for Sonic as a character came out. And because I was living back in the UK at the time, you know, my parents... Well, not at my parents' place because I was always staying with my parents, but you know, it was our home in England, it was more decorated, so I had like Sonic merch on display and stuff like that. Again, even though I didn't have a Mega Drive, it was just something I really latched onto. I had VHS tapes of the Sonic cartoon. I collected Sonic the Comic, which was a brilliant UK-based comic based on Sonic, obviously, as well as a few other little Mega Drive things on there. It had some really fantastic stories. I think it was Fleetware were the publisher behind it. And I believe there is a fan version that is still kind of being produced today, which is really cool that people have sort of carried on that legacy. I was meant to actually get round to reading it. So yeah, we're just ignoring the bonus stages because, like I say, I'm terrible at them. And there's no sort of special sort of strategy going on here, it is just someone playing the game. I think I might already be near the boss, which is quite remarkable. I forget sometimes just how short these stages can be. Oh, well, they become longer when that happens. Yeah, we'll be going up here. And if there's another 18 rings, then we might... Oh, come on. 3, 2... And there should be some down here. Nope. There we go, that's another extra life, and we are on to the boss fight. So this is quite, probably the first, don't want to say the first challenging one, but the first kind of, one of the more awkward ones, actually, I feel, in the game. I kind of find the best way to fight this one is to just keep running up the sides like that. And as you can see, sometimes I do get caught up on that. You kind of want to bounce off him and just get a really sort of smooth path back down. Not the toughest thing in the world, but it's very easy to overshoot or just get caught up. And there we go, he's done. So he's done. And we move on to Hilltop Zone. Once I can actually press the button. So yeah, I don't know what it is. I guess it's because this was like the one that I really sort of have a lot of memories of playing. Next up, and that in terms of memories of playing, would be Sonic and Knuckles. But I think we always found Sonic and Knuckles quite hard when it came to certain zones. Whereas Sonic 2 was the one I sort of saw the most gameplay of. Sonic and Knuckles, I think we always got to like the... and I forgot the name of the zone, you have to forgive me on that, but there is a... an Egyptian-themed zone, which we always kind of struggled with. I mean, Sonic and Knuckles sort of was quite a tricky one anyway. Flying Battery was quite a hard one to get through. And weirdly, I didn't really see much of Sonic 3 growing up. I saw mostly what happened is my friend had Sonic and Knuckles and Sonic 2, and obviously you could combine the cartridges to make it Sonic 2 and Knuckles, which I still think is really cool. Kind of tech, even if it was a bit sort of gimmicky because they split the one game into two. So this particular level, there can be there's a bit of a panicky moment in it. It's not the hardest level in the world, pretty easy to get through. But there's a bit where the lava rises quite a bit, which is, one of them sort of initial panicky moments. Especially when you're a kid, you kind of feel you've got a lot less time than you do. Tails can be a little bit annoying in this level, because he can sometimes hop onto these platforms before you and send the elevator down. It's worth pointing out, this was the game that introduced Tails. Get some invincibility there. I don't need them rings. Got 15 lives already, so that's kind of put us in good stead for the rest of the game. Oh. There we go. And we come down here, we go up like that. Let's get the star post for the checkpoint. Whee! And then we're done. Act 1, Hilltop done. We've got another continue there, we've got 15 lives. It's going pretty smoothly so far. So Act 2, pretty much more of the same. It's kind of like I said, Sonic 2, by and large, isn't the most difficult of games. I find Sonic 1 maybe to be the hardest one. It's only kind of because I find that one to be the most clunky, and there's some really sort of steep difficulty curves in that one. You can't do the spin dash either, which feels a little bit awkward. There are some tough levels and moments in this one. I think Metropolis is probably the standout in terms of difficulty. There we go. So we got the rise in lava now. So this is like, you feel like you have to go much faster than you do, when really, it's not actually going that fast. I mean, we're through already. But I guess when you are a kid, you're playing this game when you're much younger, you're like, oh, I've got to really get through this, it's creeping up so fast. And we've got our bubble shield here, which is good. I love the funky bass in this zone as well. Just love the soundtrack in general of these games. Gonna get another extra life here, maybe? No, it doesn't look like we are. We are, however, onto Robotnik. So, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, thanks, Tails. There we go. Kind of similar to Chemical Plant, this boss. Just there's lava instead of a bottomless pit. So in a way it's a little bit easier, because with the lava you lose your rings, whereas the pit in Chemical Plant you just go bloomp, which is the universal sound of Sonic dying. There we go. We didn't get the extra life in that one, but we got an extra continue. And I want to Mystic Cave. So this one is a bit of a slower one. Now there's a few things in this one that make it awkward. Those things there. If you get plunged by one of them, that is an instant kill. You've got a few moments here, like those will just creep out at you. Quite a bit of the old verticality here again. A few different places to explore. I think the weird thing to say about this game is that Sonic is a hedgehog that goes super, super fast, but you kind of have to have patience with some of the platforming in the game. But yeah, there is just something about this one that just, like I keep saying, it's my favourite, probably my favourite Sonic game overall. And I think, hands down, one of my favourite platformers. I called it, let me start that sentence again. Earlier on I kind of called it like a comfort game. And like I say, it's something I can just put on. And there are a few games I can do that with. The other one is Super Frog on the Amiga, which is just another game that I absolutely adore. And I think both of them as platformers just do everything a platformer kind of should be, really. They just kind of perfect the platforming sort of genre in a way. You know, because we're talking about these games coming out in an era where mascot platforms were a little bit a dime a dozen. And we're talking, you know, Sonic the Hedgehog was there, and the aforementioned Super Frog, which is probably a little bit lesser known. Mario, obviously, you know, whatever happened to him. But then you had like companies trying it all over the shop. Like any sort of movie tie-in would generally be a platformer as well. And it was just sort of like the big business, I guess, because the games back then were sort of more child-friendly. Consoles were seen more of a kids thing. Got up to 17 lives, wow. So, you know, colourful mascot platformers were sort of the way to go. And some of them, there were a lot of really, really good ones, and some were just sort of, you could see them for the cash-ins what they were. There were some really bizarre ones out there. I always, you know, it was a good game back in the day. I can't really say I've played it much since. But I always found it funny that the Dot off of 7-Up got a platform game, Cool Spot. That always struck me as a little bit odd. But that was the way of it, really. Like, if you were a cartoon character, or if you were a mascot for a snack brand or a drinks brand, you likely got a platformer. Unless you were the mascot for Quavers, in which case you got a really cool puzzle game called Pushover. And the whole point of that one was, it was like a domino type thing where you had to figure out the best way to push these dominoes over to open up a door. I think one of the other platformers, which I would like to play on the channel at some point, but you would have to expect a lot of deaths in that one, is the Addams Family. Absolutely loved that one. That is not an example of like the best the platforming genre has to offer. That is very much rose-tinted glasses on my part. But me and another friend of mine who grew up with an Amiga absolutely love it. The premise of it, it follows the 90s movie, and you've got to get Gomez through the house, different sort of themed rooms, rescuing members of the family. It's really, really fun. But again, I guess I'll ask the question, you know, for any of you watching this who do like your video games, what platformers, you know, what did you enjoy? I think we're up to the boss already. Yeah, there we go. So this is another pretty easy boss, apart from when Tails does that. Could have gone a lot smoother, but I think we got like the required number of hits on him. Yeah, Tails has finished him off. So there we go, Mystic Cave is done, and we are on to Oil Ocean. So, Oil Ocean can be quite a tricky one. It's definitely not the hardest one. There's a few sort of moments where you can get caught in the oil below, or you can get pushed off of ledges, but again, it's a pretty simple one to get through. Oil Ocean is the last 2-act zone in the game. After this, we've got Metropolis, which is, for some reason, 3 acts. And then the rest of the game is just single-act zones. But yeah, this is a game that I can return to quite often. I also really enjoy watching speedruns of this game. It's something... Maybe one day I would love to learn a few speedrun techniques for this. You know, you kind of see what some of them do. Like, most of them will probably be through the game by now, if I'm being honest with you. You know, never mind taking 2 minutes to complete a zone, they take like 30 seconds. But there's some really cool techniques you see, like, I've seen them use them on this level. Metropolis coming up, there's some pretty cool techniques they use. I think it's like screen wrapping, where they take advantage of the way the levels are laid out. to kind of, make Sonic warp all the way across the map. And that's really, really neat. Got up to 19 lives. I think this is the first time... Oh, we lost all of our rings though. Tell you what, we'll go score down here. The most amount of lives I've ever had in this game. There we go, we fall down there. Get some rings back. And what we'll do is, after this zone, we get onto Metropolis, we'll record another save state. Again, not that we need them, but it's just one of those better safe than sorry kind of deals for me. Oof. So what just happened there is something you will kind of see in Metropolis, unfortunately. You can get hit quite easily off of enemies that are just kind of off to the side. It's perhaps one of the more irritating things that can happen in a Sonic game. Metropolis, next zone, is absolutely full of those sort of shenanigans. Again, I think it's just a matter of slowing your game right down where you can. Which, as I mentioned, that was on me. That was totally on me. And that's the end of this act. On to Act 2. Didn't get much in terms of bonuses there, but we did get another life. So, can't really go wrong. Damn seahorses. I love the designs of the enemies in these games. They're just absolutely fantastic. Ooh. And we want to go in here. And that will zip us along there. But yeah, my intention is to hopefully do little Let's Plays of the other Sonic games, as well as other retro titles, if, they take my fancy. I do really, really enjoy doing retro stuff on the channel. And I've kind of been... I got a bit down the other day. Well, not fully down, but kind of was wondering about the direction of what I'm doing here, and I kind of felt like I lost sight of what I had originally set up the channel for. Oh, this is not good. Because, originally I set this channel up to just have a little bit of fun with showing off nerdy things, doing the odd unboxing here and there, just anything that kind of took my fancy, really. And I kind of started, around Christmas this year, I had a lot of plans for what I wanted to do. I haven't really done as much as I wanted, but also I kind of felt that there was a bit of a point where I started taking it a bit too seriously, like started tracking like the stats and some of the people, and it wasn't their fault really, they take what they do on YouTube a bit seriously because, they kind of have to, because that's part of their business. But when I was chatting to them, they were talking about, like, how to track the metrics and, viewer retainership and all these sort of things, and I'm just like, I enjoy making videos. And I hope people who watch them enjoy watching them, obviously. But I started doing the one thing I didn't really want to do, and that was chasing the views and stuff like that, or thinking about that sort of thing. So I kind of thought, with this, something a little bit basic and simple that I wanted to do, and hopefully you all enjoy it as well. Like I say, I want to see, your thoughts as well, down in the comments and such, like, any memories of the game. Kind of the one thing I want to do, like, just encourage conversation and maybe inspire people to try the things I like, the games and that. So now we've got another one. 1, 2, 3. Oh. Oh, that's not good. Ah! Right, so we got set quite far back there, unfortunately. Don't normally die on that boss, but that was on me. Got a bit greedy with my hits. Which... Forget with that one, you can generally get like 2 or 3 hits, and then it will start to go under the oil again. But never mind, that's what happens. All we have to do is get back to him now. Be careful. You don't, oh! There we go, we'll get that bubble shield. And what we'll do is we'll run over here and we're back again. So 2 hits. So 1. Oh, no, thanks Tails. So he sends his little thing out. Now it's the laser. We'll jump over that. Now, should be 2 hits like that, yeah. And now he will come out again. 1, 2. I think we got 3 there. So I think sometimes Tails can do the job for you. And he's going to do that. Tails can be a blessing and a curse in this game. Best thing is when you've got someone else controlling Tails. Nice, that was a positive one. Oh, what am I doing? And he's gone. Oh. There we go. We lost a life, but we got through it anyway. That's what's important. So we're 37 minutes in and we're on to Metropolis Zones. This is probably the longest zone of the game because it is 3 acts. It's also arguably the hardest one in the game. There's a lot of little annoyances on this zone. Enemies that will just sort of appear off screen, stuff like that, like the Starfish Jones that appear off screen. Some enemies that, if you're going too fast, they can just really catch you out. So it's a bit, just gotta be careful. Wow, he hit me before I got the bubble shield. So I lost my rings, but gained a bubble shield, that's quite good. See them. Krabby Stanley, oof. Right, gotta be careful there. Oh! Right, so... time to just be a bit more careful. See these as well. Cypher Jim. Pointy Joe. There's all sorts going on. It's not fun. Who built this place and why? Well, Robotnik built this place. And why? Because he's evil. Because he's a madman. So there's a few things you go, yeah, like I said, there's a few things you've got to really watch out for here. There we go, we've got a bubble shield again. Great. We've lost a bubble shield again. It's all in the name of getting through the level. Yeah, it's like with this zone, they kind of went, you know that stuff we did really, really well? How about we do none of it here and just really annoy the player? Got these as well, so you've got to run up them. But generally they'll be lined along the side with these starfish things. The music absolutely is awesome though. Like, great soundtrack. The other thing that this zone introduces is a few bottomless pits here and there. Which I don't think there's any in this particular act. I think it's Act 2 where you're going to see them. Don't know why I jumped at that point, but all's well that ends well, huh? Just crouch down, hope that none of them see us. He bloody saw us though, didn't he? And we are done with that one. Not bad at all. Got through that pretty nicely. On to Act 2, which is more of the same. So you might see a few elements here that will pop up in Flying Battery and Sonic and Knuckles. Those little sort of like circular things you run through. Crab. Bouncy bounce. Ooh. Cypher Gym. Another one. Why? Why does it happen? Why you do this? Why? Just a lot of panic in this level, actually. Oh no, I've done it again. Stop pressing jump. I'm eager to get through this zone. So for anyone wondering, yes, I'm emulating this, but I am actually playing this on a USB Mega Drive controller, because I wanted to keep as authentic as I could. But I love the Mega Drive controller. I think it is the best way to control this game, if I'm being honest with you. It's such a lovely controller, possibly one of my favourites, actually. It's just it's a really comfortable controller. The buttons always feel really nice to use. And it's the 3-button variation, in case anyone was wondering. It's the one you get with the Mega Drive Mini. Ha! Managed to get through it. Crab. You can't have anything for long in this one. Rings, bubble shields, sense of worth. It all just falls apart when you hit Metropolis. Let's get up here. Bouncy, bouncy, bounce. Checkpoint. I think this might be sort of towards the end of... Oh, no you don't. Oh, but you do. Alright, let's get some of these rings back. Look at the frame rate drop there. So much going on at once. And going back to what I was talking about earlier with the speedrun stuff, there was some brilliant techniques on these particular levels which showcase what speedrunners can do. I think in particular this is one of the ones with some pretty frame-perfect skips. It always amazes me to watch them because it's like, they just get things spot on. Ah, I knew that was going to happen. Lol. It's absolutely not a short level at all, this one. I think Act 3 is relatively short. Act 2 is quite lengthy. But I think we're near the end of it now. Yeah, this must be the end. Cool. There we go. Act 2 complete. Now Act 3, the boss, and then we've got the final little wave of levels to get through. So there is one boss that makes me a little bit nervous in this, although I've got 18 lives at the moment. I don't think we're going to hit any big problems with it. Right, there's a crab here. Ha. I knew you were there. Didn't help me, but I knew you were there. No, that... I was so, you know, so happy about foiling the crab's plan that I allowed myself to slip up. It won't happen again. It's probably going to happen again. So that's the thing you've got to be really careful for in this game. It's starfish and... starfish, crabs, weird praying mantis enemies. Oh! That. Just that. And the way to remedy that is you've got to go all the way back down here, and you've got to... Nope. Great. Got to go a little bit further. That's brought that back, but at least it hasn't brought the starfish back. And yes, you can kill yourself by doing that. It's funny because when we get onto the next zone, it's actually incredibly easy in the next one. Oh, thank God, a checkpoint. And we're up, and we're over. Oh. Praying mantis. Done. Oh, can't remember how to get up here. There we go. Just took a little bit of effort. Right, I think... Oof. That's not good, is it? Right, I want to go... Oh, why did I do that? Let's be a bit more careful, shall we? Because there's bound to be something here that wants to kill me. Oh, no, rings. Rings. Okay, let's go. Crab. How about y'all knock it off? Great. Give me that ring. Between a praying mantis and a horrible exploding starfish. Whoa. Oh! No one asked for that. Just gotta keep moving, gotta keep moving. Hopefully there will be a checkpoint up here. Oh, no, it's more starfish. There we go, checkpoint. And this is the final little bit to the boss. So thankfully, we have nothing left to worry about, apart from Dr. Robotnik and his big, his bubbly boys here. So this isn't too tough a boss. Probably one of the harder ones, like, it's quite easy to get hit. If you've got a second player, or a second controller to play as Tails, makes this one infinitely easier, because you can just have him hit Robotnik several times, because, you know, he gets hit, but he comes back quite instantly. And then he's just going to come down, and he's gone. Metropolis complete. And next is Sky Chase. So we've got Sky Chase, Wing Fortress, and Death Egg to go. And then we've completed it. So Sky Chase is quite an interesting one. There's no sort of way to speed this one up, unfortunately. It's just you on a plane. It's an on-rails kind of level. Whenever I've seen people play this, like speedrun-wise, this is generally where they ask for the donations. Because not a lot goes on here. You can actually just sort of sit in the corner and not really do anything. I kind of want to keep it a bit more dynamic than that. But it is, it's a level that I think maybe seems a bit scarier than it is in theory. Because you're like, oh, what if I fall and stuff? I kind of see it as a nice sort of reprieve after Metropolis being as difficult as it is. And even then, I don't necessarily think Metropolis is as hard as I'm making out, perhaps. And I managed to complete it pretty smoothly. I love the designs on this one, just the chilled out little turtles. But this is a good one for just getting a few extra points here and there. And there we go, there's Robotnik's Wing Fortress coming up. We're hitting the 52-minute mark, so I think we're going to clock in at just over an hour for this, perhaps. Look at that, I love the idle animations. Yeah, they've got one final little batch there, but yeah, there's not a lot going on in this level. The next one, Wing Fortress, is a bit more involved and is a bit of a tougher level. There's some awkward platforming sections in it. I think this is the end. Yeah, it's the end of the level. On to Wing Fortress. So what we're going to do here, so we're going to jump onto the fortress itself. I'm going to quickly make the save state there. So this one again, you need a little bit of patience for this one because there's some jumpy platform sections. I kind of find, personally, the initial... Hello, chicken. I find the initial kind of section onto the fortress to be quite hard, because you've got these little bars you can hang on to, but the jumping is a little bit more stiff than what the game generally has, or at least it feels it. You can see I'm not exactly struggling there, but it's just, again, just take your time with it. I'm probably not exactly the guy to be giving advice on how to play Sonic 2. Probably a lot of people better than me. And there are actually some exploits here where you can actually get up to sections a little bit earlier than you're meant to. Again, I don't really know how to do that, so... There you go, that's checkpoint number 1. The chicken. Very majestic theme for this level. Whee! Nope. Oh, there goes the extra. There goes the possibility of the extra life there. Never mind. We're on 17 lives. I don't really think it matters right now. So what we want to do, so this is one of the awkward sections coming up. The reason it's awkward is because these have a tendency to disappear quite quickly. So we'll just keep pushing as fast as we can. Okay. Yeah, so you saw at the end... Oh, what are you doing to me? Oh well. Oh, I forgot that happens. Probably threw me off for a moment. So what we've got coming up is, for me, personally, arguably, probably the hardest boss in the game. Because I find the two after this not too difficult, but I always find this one a little bit fiddly. And you'll see why. So the whole premise here is you've got these platforms. You've got to stay on them as they rotate about. And they've got spikes on the bottom, and you've got a laser coming at you. So I just tend to kind of go a bit ham and try to keep hold of a ring. There we go, it's done. So now we're on to Death Egg. We've got 16 lives left, we've got 2 bosses left, and this should not take long at all. Been a pretty smooth playthrough. Now what happens now is you get to see Sonic on the plane go up and up and up and up. And he's still going, he's still going. And where's he going? Still further up. Answering the question we've all had for so long. And he jumps onto the rocket ship. And now we are in space. That's where we're going. All the way up. Up to Robotnik's Death Egg. So there's a few things that make Death Egg a little bit scary. When I was a kid, I don't think we ever really were able to get through Death Egg. Or at least if we did, it was through cheating. Right, 1, 2. And we won't take any more than that. I should really have put in a save state here. 2, right. Okay, so what we're going to do. So he's going to hop over me now. And then we're just going to wait for that. Oh, and he's going to... Oh. I don't know what I did there. So you get no rings during this section. The Silver Sonic fight's pretty easy. He's got a very easy to learn pattern. You can kind of kill him quite quickly. So yeah, you've got 3 there. So he's going to come at me. And he's going to... We're going to get greedy. Now, there is a thing with this, and I've managed to get it once, but if you, oh, I did it again. If you hit him at a certain point, kill him at a certain point, it can actually soft lock the game. One, 2, right, we got 2, so he's gonna do that. 3, 4. 5. Now he's going to hop over me. 1, 2. And he's gone. So now we're on to the final boss, which, for those of you who've been watching the channel for a while and check out my other videos, you might recognise this boss from a video I've recently done at the start of the year. This is the big battle Robotnik, big robot that they released as a toy last year as part of the anniversary. A very, very easy pattern. You have to hit him 12 times. But what happens here is he'll jump up in the air. You'll get a marker for when he's coming down. As he's coming down, you hit him. Run away, because he sends them after you. Then, goes up into the air. And he comes back down, and you hit him again. You'll take 3 steps towards you, and you just keep repeating this pattern. Now, there's a much quicker way of beating him, and you can actually sort of sneaky little hits when he does this step back. However, I find it quite difficult to get the timing right, so I tend to just play it super safe and just, you know... just let him... just get one hit every single time he drops down. So that's 4. And we just want to be, you know, patient and careful. Just a really cool fight. I love the music as well, so I'm happy for it to drag on as much as possible. But the toy for this is absolutely fantastic. It's really, really great fun. And there we go, that's 5. And up he goes. That's 6. And up he goes again. This is number 7. It's really not a tough boss fight, it's just remembering that pattern and making sure you take your chances. It's 8. Nine. We're nearly there. It's been a really nice chill playthrough of this. I've really enjoyed it. Been something a little bit different to do. That's 10, so we've got 2 more to go. And here he comes. $11. And here come his little pointy arms. That's it, done. Game complete. And we run out of here. And oh my god, he's run out into space. What happens now? There's all the animals we freed. So yeah, there you have it. Sonic 2 in about an hour. I hope you really enjoyed that. It's really nice to sort of share one of my favourite games with you all. And I'd be really interested in, you know, to see in the comments what your favourite titles are, any memories you've got of this particular game or any other Sonic games, or just retro stuff in general. Just, you know, just let me know. And of course, you know, the usual stuff. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this. Let me know, of course, if you'd like to see more videos kind of like this. I do intend to do a few more retro playthroughs. I want to do all of the Mega Drive Sonic games. Maybe be keen to check out some of the other ones, like the Master System and Game Gear ones, because those are quite interesting titles. But yeah, just do let me know, and I'll, you know, think of stuff to do for the future. But here we go. This is the end before we get to the end credits. He's been saved. Get a lovely little final bit there. And that is Sonic 2 for you all. So, as always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I know it's a long video, isn't it? Hopefully you really enjoyed it. Just something really nice and low-key, and there's a commentary-free version if you just want the gameplay on in the background. Like I say, hope you enjoyed it all. Thank you very much for watching. Go ahead, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave comments, that whole lot. And I shall see you again in the future. Goodbye.